really good cardio sport, as well as being for strength, for power, for increasing your stamina, for your coordination, focusing your brain. So it's really, really good. Not only is it good for your upper body, but it's also brilliant full body workout. Okay, so you're getting into your lower body, your upper body, everything should be working here. Really, really good. Focusing and getting everything moving. Okay. Working the energy systems, working the anaerobic, okay? So before we get started today, do you have any injuries that we should know about? Zero, okay, awesome, you're good to go, okay? Yeah. So we're going to get started with a bit of a warm-up, okay? And then I'm going to take it to a more specific warm-up, okay? So we're going to do some shadow boxing just to teach you, just to get you moving, okay? I'll teach you some punches, and then we're going to go into just a bit of a combination where I'm going to talk you through just the punches, the basic stances, and just getting you adjusted to the way we think in boxing, okay? So you ready to get started? Ready. Okay, awesome, okay? So we're going to get started with a little bit of a warm-up, just loosening up here, okay? Shaking it all off. Woo! All right, okay, slowly bring those knees up. Nice. All right, using those arms, really use those arms, punch it forwards, okay? And we're going to go down for 10 mountain climbers, okay? So you're on the floor here, drive those knees forwards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and up. For 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good work, you feeling okay? We're going to go for 10 squats now, okay? All right. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, find your stance here. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Right-handed. Okay, so awesome. You're going to put your left foot forwards here, okay? Just going to do a few little punches just to get the body moving. Get in some shadow boxing, okay? So find your target in front of you. You're going to go for a jab across with your left, okay? Left fist. Good. And cross with your right. Good. And jab, cross. Good. Bring it back towards that chin every time. Nice. Good. And jab. And cross. Good. Awesome. All right. We're going to bring in a little hook now, okay? So coming across your body with that left hand. Bring it across. And hook. And lovely. Good. All right. Awesome. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Good, nice. How are you feeling? Okay? Good. Okay, so we're going to get started now. I'm going to teach you a combination, okay? I'm going to break it down into starting with 4 punches, and then we're going to add in another 2. I'm going to finally add in a little bit of a kickboxing move, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm just going to teach you the sequence here, okay? We're going to go starting position here, so it's really, really important to remember to find your stance here, okay? So as your right foot handed even, you're going to put your left foot forwards, okay? Okay. And that left foot facing 12 o'clock there, okay? Back foot, you're going to go for 2 o'clock. So really, really find that stance, okay? Bring your right heel up, just get a bit of movement momentum, okay? Keep that target focus in front of you. Really, really, really keep it strong. Bring those fists up towards your chin here. Keep your elbows tucked in, waist height, okay? So really, really keep it strong. Find your focus, okay? Check your stance. Okay, looking good. Nice, okay. So we're going to get it started. If you just watch me, this is going to be the first combination here, okay? You're going to come across with your left. Imagine these 2 knuckles are leading the way, okay? So you're creating that fist. Knuckles, thumb protecting those knuckles there, leading the way. All right, that left jab, okay? You're going to come across with a cross there, okay? You're then going to bring a hook into it, okay? So you're going to come through, elbow below that shoulder here. Palm facing towards you here, fist driving forwards here. Keep it at 90 degrees parallel to the floor, okay? So you're going to come through for a hook. All right, my pad is going to meet you here. All right, so you're going to go jab, cross, and hook, okay? You're then going to lead that with an uppercut, okay? So it's going to be jab, cross, hook, uppercut, okay? Going to try that? Right. All right, so a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut. Good, lovely. And again, and a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut. Awesome. Looking good. Okay, let me just rehearse that through without the pads, okay? Just so you can find that focus, thinking about my hands here, okay? So, finding stance, nice, we're mirroring each other here, okay? And a jab, good, and a cross, and a hook, good, and an uppercut. Lovely, awesome, feel okay?
Yes.
Ready to put the gloves on?
Ready.
Good job, all right. So I'm just gonna give you these gloves here, all right? You wanna make sure that Velcro is really tight to support those wrists there. The padding here will protect the knuckles a little bit there as well, okay?
Got it.
All right. Good, good. All right, okay. So again, we're setting up, find that stance here, okay? With this, I'm gonna get a bit of movement in it. So we're gonna reset after each sequence and move it around a bit, okay? So you're gonna come towards your right, okay? But I'm gonna reset you, okay? So my pads are up in line with your eye line here, okay? So I really want you to keep that as your focus, okay?
Got it.
So we're gonna go for a jab and a cross, good, and a hook. Nice, and an uppercut. Lovely, okay. And a jab, and a cross, good, and a hook, and an uppercut. Lovely, good. How did that feel? Good? Okay, coming around, reset. And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut. Wonderful, Logan, really nice. Good technique there, okay? Keep that focus. And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut. Awesome, okay, last time here. Nailing it. And a jab, and a cross, and a hook. Good, and an uppercut. Wonderful, really, really nice work there, okay? So, you've got that. Really, really nice, okay? So you're just going to add in another couple of punches here, okay? So, if you just want to stand here, so you can watch go, okay? You're going to go for that jab again, that cross, that hook, uppercut. You're going to bring in another uppercut here, okay? And then coming across. You're going to come across with that elbow there, okay? Making sure that you don't keep it up really high here, so keeping it naturally below here in that alignment, okay? My pad's going to meet you here just below that elbow, about 2 inches there, okay? So it's going to go jab, cross, hook, uppercut, uppercut, elbow, okay? Do you want to have that a practice with that?
Sure.
And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut. And an uppercut and an elbow. Good. Try and keep that elbow down a little bit so it's not coming here. So you're really keeping everything in line with that body there, okay? Try not to move it outside too much of that body. All right, one more time. And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut, and an elbow. Really nice. Good job. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Good. All right. Okay. Find your stance there. Really good. Nice. Bring that back heel up just a tiny bit. Good. A little looser. Awesome. Okay. And a jab. Good. And a cross. And a hook. And an uppercut. And an uppercut. Good. And an elbow. Awesome. Good job. All right. Reset. And a jab. And a cross. And a hook. And an uppercut. And an uppercut. Good. And an elbow. Awesome. Reset. Woo. Really nice work. You're doing such a good job here. Okay. And a jab. And a cross. And a hook. And an uppercut. And an uppercut. Good. And an elbow. Woo! Awesome. Good job. One more time. Let's go. And a jab. And a cross. And a hook. And an uppercut. And an uppercut. Good. And an elbow. Awesome. Good job. How did that feel?
Great. I love it.
Really good. Okay. So we're going to add in one more move. Okay. This is going to be your kickboxing move. Okay. So we're going to come in. For your sequence with that jab, that cross, that hook, that uppercut, that elbow, okay? You're going to reset into that stance, okay? And you're going to drive through, really find your stability here, really keep that base. Okay, drive through with that back foot here, okay? You're going to come up, driving that back heel towards the glute, okay? Toes pointing down, so you're stepping into it, and shh, all right? Exhale as you bring it up, really come through, shh, all right? My pads are going to come down onto that quad there, okay? So they're not going to be hitting your knee, don't worry. They're going to be hitting into that quad, okay?
Got it.
So it's going to look jab, cross, hook, uppercut, elbow, reset, shh. All right?
Got it.
With that knee. You want to give that a go?
Sure.
And a jab. Good. And a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut, and an elbow. Lovely. Reset. Bring that knee in. Good. Nice. Let me just see that one more time.
Okay.
Jab, and cross, and hook, and uppercut, and elbow, and reset knee. Good, nice. Okay, just try and make sure that's really really dragging up here towards that glute. It's really strong, okay?
Got it.
Doing really well, okay? Nice job so far. All right, okay, so we're gonna go. Ready, ready, ready? And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut, and an uppercut. Good, and an elbow. Awesome, reset. Nice, really good job, all right? Feeling okay?
Yes.
All right, so let's go. One sequence, okay? We're gonna move it around, really get into it, okay? 1 minute here, okay? And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut, and an uppercut. Good, and an elbow. Awesome, reset. Nice, good work, okay? I'll come into it a little bit more there, okay? And a jab, and a cross, and a hook, and an uppercut, and an uppercut. Good, and an elbow. Awesome, and a knee, reset. Nice.